Air is the element associated with this chakra and disperses and integrates spiritual understanding of love, compassion, and connection to everything you encounter. Air, like love, is within and all around us. We can embody this element by keeping our heart center open and our love free flowing. So just like air, once again, like love associated with this chakra is within us and all around us. And air connected to nature and the universe. That's why it's important on this journey to get outside. I'm gonna jump into that more of how to open this chakra, but it must be free flowing. That's why we need to be in this flow state on semen retention. The same way our life force energy is flowing within us, we must harness that energy and let it be free flowing. Let it flow through us internally, and then externally it will exude and carry us in a certain way. Just like our spirit, we have to be open. We have to be open-minded. Just like everything around us, everything will manifest in that free-flowing state once when we are able to let go of certain things and being able to have an open heart. The feeling of being unhurt, unstruck, and unbeaten is the state that we want to reach when our heart center is open. Unhurt meaning, nothing can phase us, nothing can hurt us. Getting over past hurt, being unbeaten, being undefeated, always being in that feeling of flow is very important on this journey, and is a signal that your heart chakra is open. This is the fourth primary chakra. It serves as our center of love for oneself and others, compassion for oneself and others, empathy for oneself and others, and listen closely to this, forgiveness for oneself and others. So as you're along on this journey, it is very important to forgive. That's the key thing in those 4 things that I just named, dealing with the heart chakra. Everything starts with self, so you must forgive yourself. Forgive yourself of the past traumas, and also forgive people who have done you wrong in the past. Now, I myself, I've gone through, personal life experiences dealing with women. I'm gonna put it out there, being hurt in the past, and coming across certain, audios. I've been on YouTube and, looked at certain content, and especially like red pill content dealing with women and how you should treat women, and if women play games with you. And, once again, I've gone through a divorce and everything, and being bitter, holding grudges, not forgiving, and that is a signal of your heart chakra being open. Most of this content of, these alpha male strategies and stuff like that, I don't promote that. You won't ever hear me on my channel speak down on women or how to get over on women, or how to basically use women for sex and just, have them be there for that. That's a signal of your heart chakra being closed, because you're not open. This is something that you have to basically forgive yourself, because whatever you are going through on the inside, it will manifest outwardly. And if you're on some type of vengeful tactics, or you're using manipulative tactics to get over on people, and especially women, then you're out of balance. If that's the type of time you want, and I've been there, I'm not trying to bash anybody who has done it or is doing it, But this is just a signal that your heart chakra is closed or is blocked, and you need to be on a different frequency and change your perspective and your mind on how to deal with women. A lot of us have dealt with hurt that have come from women. And I'm not just trying to circle this around women hurting us, but, I've been hurt by guys too, backstabbing, talking about how my bad, gossiping guys and stuff like that, snitching on me with certain things in my personal life. But, holding that grudge and not having empathy for myself or who I once was, forgiving that person who I was. And even when it comes down to relapsing, if you relapse on this journey, move on, forgive yourself and move on. All right. Also, with this heart chakra, you will experience unconditional love and pure joy. This is real pleasure in achieving true happiness. It is the source of deep and profound truths that cannot be expressed in words. It is the source of deep and profound truths that cannot be expressed in words. So this is spirit. See, when you let your spirit free flow, as I talked about earlier, this is spirit. And you can't speak for your spirit. You'll just be able to move a certain way that you can't really speak on. Now, I can speak on it because I've gone through the experience. And obviously, I'm bringing you the content and the audio. And once again, I'll make sure to do my due diligence and study what I talk about, do the research, and bring you the best facts that I can before I come to the audio. And once again, you boys can fact check and do the work yourself and study for yourself and come back to me and, express however you feel, your opinion or what you found. But ultimately, your experience is the best teacher, and you will be able to gain off the experience what this feeling is, because that's what it comes down to. Once when you start to feel in free flow, it can't be really expressed in words, your experience. We all experience different things, but your heart center being open will get you to this point. The heart chakra is a bridge between your lower and upper chakras, as I expressed before, integrating the manifest with the spiritual. So your upper chakras are the more spiritual chakras. You'll be more connected spiritually once when you get over this bridge. Once again, forgiveness being the big part. When your heart center is blocked, you may find it hard to develop and keep healthy relationships. And previously, when I tried to record this audio, I talked about us men not expressing love, finding it hard. There's kind of the stigma of it not being a masculine thing, of showing love like that or telling people that we love them, especially men to other men. Not saying that we love you. And, like I said, I grew up in a household, both my mother and father was there. Our culture is African. I have West African blood flowing through my veins. So, how my father may have grew up, was a reflection on how I grew up. He didn't get told, by his father he loved them as much, I'm assuming. But, this is just some of the things that we are programmed and taught. So, that expression of love came in different forms, but it didn't come in the words. You dig what I'm saying? And I say that to say this is that as we grow up, we find it harder to develop and keep healthy relationships because our expression of this love came different. And especially dealing with women too. I'm not going to say we, but a lot of times us men, we correlate love with sex. And this is where our semen retention comes in, because we find that this expression has a lot to do with our words, how we express ourselves, how we carry ourselves. If a woman is willing to give us sex, she must fuck with us for real, right? So we start to grow this love for her, but this is something that she is giving to us in the physical, and that don't really mean much because she's getting off to it. She's getting physical pleasure as we are, And we shouldn't be correlating that with love, right? Some of us who are really disconnected, we don't really care about the love aspect of it because we are so disconnected and our heart chakra is so blocked that when we are receiving something from a woman in a form of sex or sexual pleasure, that we don't even consider the other person's feelings. We are disconnected from what is going on around us. So with that said, even with men, we find it hard to understand other men's love for us. If they are inspired by us, we are disconnected from that. So we find it hard to develop these relationships and keep these healthy relationships. The heart chakra is in healthy alignment. You'll notice that you'll feel surrounded by love. You'll be more aware of love. You'll be surrounded by compassion and pure joy and connected to the world around you. You will feel open to all experiences in life, and it will feel like challenges, especially in relationships, flow through you and are resolved with ease. So even if you come through a bumpy road going over your bridge, you know what I mean? The bridge to get over this is not an easy one. You dig what I'm saying? Especially if you've been through real trauma, real hurt, if you experience hard times, or if you're going through hard times. These are the challenges. But when your heart center is open and you start to do the work for yourself, and you're on the semen retention journey, it becomes easier to be able to recognize your surroundings, be connected to those surroundings, embrace those energies, and be willing to deal with your trauma. These situations are resolved with ease. An open heart chakra allows us to see all of the beauty and love around us and truly connect to ourselves first, our loved ones, and the natural world. This chakra also helps direct love back to us to truly be able to love and accept ourselves and our bodies. I'll let y'all meditate on that for a minute. And I'm going to say that again because this has a lot to do with semen retention and is the key point of why this is important with your semen retention and your heart chakra. Let me say that again. This chakra also helps direct love back to ourselves. We're not releasing on semen retention. We are holding our life force energy. We are holding our sexual energy, and we are directing that back to ourselves. That self-love, taking care of ourselves, holding a standard over ourselves, and treating our semen as gold. So we are directing that love back to ourselves to truly be able to love and accept ourselves and our bodies. An imbalanced heart chakra can result in problematic issues such as codependency, depending on other people for validation. If our ego is too much into the woman attraction, people staring at us, and I know some of us, we don't even want that. You get what I'm saying? You get so far in this journey, especially on a long street, that the woman attraction is just, it is what it is. We're nonchalant about it. But if you're depending on that to validate the benefits that semen retention is quote unquote working, that's codependency, and you're looking for outside things to validate what you're doing. And you shouldn't be doing that. You should be tapping in. That shows that your heart chakra is out of balance because you're not trusting really the process. You're looking for outside things to validate what you're doing. And that's not the move. And that's codependency in people and things. Manipulative behaviors. And like I talked about, this manipulative behaviors, this is a sign that your heart chakra is out of balance and that is blocked. Once again, if you have to manipulate somebody and you're using strategies to manipulate to get sex or get something out of a person, this is your heart chakra out of whack. And you shouldn't be doing that on this journey. That's obvious. Don't stoop down to a level where you have to use tricks to get something out of somebody, whether it be man or woman. Feeling of unworthiness is another sign. Not feeling confident, not feeling that you deserve love, not feeling that you deserve healthier relationships, not feeling that you need to step out and involve yourself in other people's lives. This comes down to an inability to trust yourself and others. And this is very key. You have to be open to trust again. That's why you must heal from your traumas, especially from these women, man. If you've been hurt in the past, and once again, I've been through a lot of hurt with women, and even in back dating to high school, I went through a traumatic experience. I'm be honest. I had a high school sweetheart and stuff like that, and she cheated on me, man. That was my first relationship with a female, like actual girlfriend, boyfriend, taking it serious and shit like that back in high school. Now, I didn't really know what love was at that point, but having those certain feelings, and that it was innocent. Those were innocent feelings that I had for this female. And later on down the line, after I graduated and stuff like that, she ended up cheating on me, and that shit hurt. And that turned me into a beast, my boys, because I started treating women differently, crazy, hitting them, smashing them, even jumping into relationships with them to have sex and then just dust them. That's manipulative behavior. And if you can relate to that, and as I'm talking about it, that is manipulative behavior, and my heart chakra was way out of whack. I wasn't connected to it at all. You dig what I'm saying? So being able to get over that and tap in for real, and recognizing those behaviors and knowing that I was doing, and getting over that and releasing that manipulative energy and moving with that certain type of spirit was very key on my journey, and learning to trust again. Now, years fast forward, I was able to get married and stuff like that. But now, going through, the divorce, and I'm not going to talk about what led to my divorce. It wasn't me cheating or stepping out of my marriage or anything. I'm not going to dive in too deep personally into it. But, I was once able to get over that, recognize it, and get on my more of a spiritual journey, and be able to trust again and be vulnerable. That's another thing on this journey, is that you must open yourself and be vulnerable once again. I know it's tough. Like I said, this bridge to get over, it may be cracks in the bridge. The bridge may be raggedy and shit like that, but you have to fight through it, and you must get over it. Another thing is that you may tend to isolate yourself excessively, disconnected from people, yourself, and the outside world. You feel lonely. Once again, you may hold on to grudges against people from your past or people that you love. You frequently feel jealous. You are overly defensive. This is key too. You have a fear of intimacy. These are signals that your heart chakra is blocked. That fear of intimacy. Once again, being vulnerable. Once again, opening yourself up. Trusting people. And when you put your trust in people, you're ultimately putting your trust in yourself, because you are doing the work for yourself, where you are able to say, all right, I trust my discernment. I trust my spirit. I trust spirit that's around me, that it will lead me to the right person. And intimacy isn't just about sex. I did an audio about what true intimacy is, right? And it's really connecting with people. But when you have a fear to even talk to people, when you're isolating yourself and you feeling lonely, and then you get comfortable in that, This is your heart chakra being blocked. And for a time, your heart chakra needs to be blocked because you need to do the work on your lower self. You need to do the work to build yourself up. So yes, there is a time where you must be in isolation. But you need to step out of that and be willing to trust. You need to put yourself through that test and use the power that you have, which is the spiritual discernment. You put yourself in the role of the rescuer or needing to be rescued, or you put yourself in the role of victim, being a victim all the time. And I'm going to say this, as men, no one wants to hear a man complain, whine, and play victim. Nobody cares. Nobody gives a fuck if a man gets hurt. Even if I start to say it and talk about my past relationships like that, and I know you boys can relate, but we don't dwell on that. As men, you can't complain and play victim. No one cares. Society don't care. You need to pick up, get your shit, and just move, get your shit together and move on from it and build yourself up as a man. Let those lessons teach you. But don't put yourself in a victim and play victim all the time. And once again, that's what some of this content that's out here now, men play victim. So this is how we get our get back. We need to get it back in blood. You dig what I'm saying? And not to be so drastic about getting it back in blood, but we're vengeful. It seems like vengeful content. It's like a counterpunch. Like we need to get our get back, but we shouldn't be moving in that way. If somebody plays you, if somebody plays with your heart, if somebody is did something dirty to you, let them go. That's their loss. Move on from it. We are abundant over here. All right. There's abundance of women. If a woman plays with you, ghosts you, don't get emotional about it. Don't say, yo, I got to get this person back or play this game back. Leave it alone. Let it go. Disconnect from that person or thing. But don't put yourself in a victim and saying that, all right, this person did this to me. I got to spend my time and energy figuring out how to get my get back. That's your ego. That's your ego when you need to get revenge. Let it go. That builds up your heart chakra. You just move on. It's like nature. Get outside. Nature is all around us, and nature is free flowing, and nature just continues to move on. Just like air, you disperse air in, you let it out, and then air goes wherever it needs to go. And once again, you find it difficult to trust others. This is an imbalanced heart chakra still. You find it hard to trust people, and I'm an advocate for, you can't trust everybody. This is where spiritual discernment comes in. This is where judgment comes in. I know they say, don't judge people, don't judge a book by its cover, but your spirit will let you know. This is why we're on the semen retention journey. We build up certain benefits. These are one of the benefits. And spiritually, our discernment, being able to detect people, look people in their eyes, read their body language. We're able to detect who a person is, what type of spirit they move with, and you can feel their energy. But once when you connect with a person and you can, open yourself up to people, you'll be able to decide whether if you want to really open yourself up, share certain things with people or not. Even at my job, this is one particular dude, he comes up to me and I've had some talks with him, opening myself up to him about my son, what I like to do, things I've done in the past. And I picked up the vibe off of him instantly. I opened up to him, told him about my son and stuff like that. And every time, we connect, whatever, I open up a little bit more, and it comes off so easy, but it's not like that with everybody else that I interact with. But I can tell about him, he's a pure, good person. And even the female that I deal with in the warehouse, she opens up herself to him also. And as we talk about it, I talk to her about him. She's like, yeah, he's cool. She's like, yo, he's a very cool dude. You dig what I'm saying? Like, and it's just funny that, we interact with him at different times and we both have the same thing to say about him. So that's kind of reassuring that, me opening up to him about personal stuff, even he don't ask. I'm just in this flow state, and I just, are sharing things. And even after we talk and we go our separate ways, he tells me, hey man, thanks for sharing that. It's something about certain people that you interact with. You can just be able to tell this is a good person. And the same person I'm talking about, he also shares with me also. Like, he confides in me with certain things. He just had a newborn, and, we talk about kids and stuff like that. My son is a little bit older, but, he just had a newborn and stuff like that. And when he came back, he just shared, a lot how it feels to be a father and stuff like that. So it's about connecting with the right people and really look into a person's eyes. But the heart chakra is open. And when you are able to have this heart chakra open, once again, it's hard to express in words the feeling that you have around people when your heart chakra is open, but you'll be able to understand it once when you step away from it and really analyze each and every situation. To open your heart chakra, all right? To open your heart chakra, always be in the feeling of gratitude. Be thankful for what you have. Don't be so content, always aspire to want to do more. I'm an advocate for that, but always feel gratitude. Keep a gratitude journal. If you want to be in touch with your, get in tune with your feminine side and really open up, keep a gratitude journal. Yeah, my boys, get a diary. You know what I mean? I'm being funny, but, yeah, man, jot down your thoughts, 3 things. One of the tricks is writing down 3 things a day that you feel gratitude for. This was a practice that I used to do when I was really in isolation, and I still do it to this day. I don't, do it as much as far as, 3 things a day, but, every now and then. I just did it yesterday. I open my notebook, I date it, and I write down what I'm grateful for that day. I also take down other notes of my feelings, what I'm going through. If I see certain signs or important notes that I need to take down, I write that down in my journal. I take notes in my phone. I have a lot of notes in my phone. Also, talk to yourself. I made audios before about talking to yourself, and not to, you want to do it in your own space. Listen, I do it at work sometimes. I talk to myself. Most of the time people probably think, I'm on my headphones reciting lyrics, but, sometimes I talk to myself. You boys should be talking to yourself too, because you're talking to your inner self. You're talking to your spirit guides. You're talking to your inner spirit. And not to sound like a weirdo or come off as a weirdo, but you need to speak, not just to people to voice yourself and give those vibrations out to other people, but you need to harness that for yourself within also. The same way you were retaining your seed, you are holding on to your seed for yourself, you need to speak to yourself also. Give yourself that frequency back. Give yourself that energy back. That's why it's important to talk to yourself. And the most important thing is positive self-talk. When I talk about talking to yourself, positive self-talk, and basically that's affirmations. So talking to yourself isn't something like you're going crazy, you're talking to yourself, or you're talking to spirits or whatever. This is positive self-talk. You're talking to the spirit of love. I am love. If you want to affirm money, I am a money magnet. You are talking to the spirit of money. I am handsome. You're talking to a beauty spirit. You're talking positive of yourself. I am confident. You're talking to the spirit of confidence. I am abundant. You're talking to an abundant spirit. And I could keep on going, but these are the things that I'm speaking on of positive self-talk and talking to yourself, opening up your heart chakra, and this is where it comes from. All right. So once again, don't consider this like you're going crazy. I know I'm not crazy. And if I am crazy, then it's a good thing, because this world is crazy. And you must be a little bit crazy to be able to deal with this world around you. You dig? They don't want you to know this information. They don't want you to be able to talk to yourself positively. They just want you doing what, they just want you doing what they want you to do and be in control. They want you to give your energy to them. And when I say they, that's another topic for another day, my boys. All right, but tap in with self. They don't want you connected to yourself, but this is how you connect back to yourself. Talk to yourself, affirm over yourself, speak over your life, because rest assured, there are other people speaking over your life for you. You dig? Another way to open up the heart chakra, connect with the air. I said it before, go outside. Take deep breath, do breathing exercises. Connect with nature, ground yourself. The root chakra also, like I said, go outside, touch a tree, hug a tree, be a tree hugger. But connecting with nature, connecting with air. Most important thing, like I said, with the heart chakra connected to air, get outside, breathe in deep, breathe out. Really take in the natural world that's all around you. I explained that before in this audio. You'll be connected more. You'll start to appreciate what's outside more. You can deal with crystals. Once again, I know I'm going to get the demonic and all this other stuff, the crystal magic, whatever. You're talking to somebody that's with the shits, you hear me? When we talk magic, I got audios, go check it out. With semen retention, voodoo, sorcery, magic, whatever. And I even did a 2-part to that. As well as talking about the heart chakra, I did a 2-part to, the heart chakra as well. Like I said, man, this heart chakra is very important. And when I did the one audio on the heart chakra, it had to revolve around the characteristics of men and where these characteristics come out. And that was inspired by one of my favorite songs by Tupac, The Hearts of Men. And with the other audio that I'm speaking on is, semen retention and practice of some sort of voodoo or magic or sorcery. Once again, go tap into that audio too, my boys. But crystals, if I get those, listen, like I said, you're talking to the right one. And so when you come with that, I got a rebuttal back, and I'm not afraid to engage with you boys on whatever your thoughts are. But I'm putting religion aside. Whatever was taught in religion, it is what it is. That's your belief. I'm not here to convert anybody to anything. I don't want you to follow me. I want you to do your own work and your own studying. And what you get out of it is what you get out of it. And you apply it to your life. Knowledge is power, but the application of knowledge is true power. So when you learn certain things and you apply it and you see it, then, you could come back to me with it. It is what it is. But yes, crystals to open up your heart chakra. Green crystal, emerald, or green gem, that associates with the color green. Excuse me. And rose quartz crystal. You can use that. You can take your crystal, meditate with it, keep it in your pocket, carry it with you. I have certain crystals that I wear around. I have a crystal that I wear around my neck for protection. It's not connected to any chakra, but, I wear certain things that connect with me personally. You dig what I'm saying? And once again, you boys can take this is all knowledge and information that you can take and use. Or if you are wary about it, or you think you're practicing some type of witchcraft or whatever, then, it is what it is, to each his own. But yeah, crystals, using crystal magic, colors, using candles, your green candles. You can use pink candles as well, and red. Those are associated with the heart chakra also. The main primary color is green, but, colors are very important. Pink, love, red also with love, passion, compassion, and stuff like that, as we talked about before. So different colors also correlates with the heart. When we see the heart, it's associated with, red most of the time. When you think of Valentine's Day, it's always a red heart. But when you do this type of studying on chakras, you tap in and want to learn more about your chakras. Green is the primary color, but to connect more with having certain attributes, there's different colors. Like I said, pink and red. So you can use those colors as well. And the last thing, forgiveness from your past. No grudges or resentment. That's very important. Very, very important. Get the hate out of your heart. You ever hear that phrase? Get the hate out of your heart, my boys. And you'll be able to free flow and move and be able to open up this heart chakra. All right. So if y'all made it this far in the audio, this one now is 35 minutes in. But once again, man, if you made it this far, I fuck with you because you fuck with me. Fuck with you the long way, no homo. With that said, my boys, you already know everything in the description to donate to the channel. Let me know what y'all think of this audio. As always, with love and peace.